I usually am the opening guy, mostly in the mornings. And when I come in as soon as I come in, get the kiosk open, make sure the door is open at 8 o'clock, get it set up on a computer here, see if there's anything that really needs to be addressed right away before we start answering phones at 8 o'clock. Now, a lot of students, what they do is they'll call, they will leave a voicemail, or they will leave an email for us to contact them back, which is called a request queue. Now, in the request queue, a lot of times when the students leave emails or voicemails, they don't leave enough information. Like normally what a student should normally leave, which will make it easy for us to get back to them and expedite their request, is their student ID number, their name, their the reason they're calling, and a good return number and a good email address. Sometimes they call for connectivity issues where their machine doesn't allow them to get on. Then we have to make sure they're registered in the system if it's working. Sometimes we have to re-register them, or sometimes we have to see if there's something in their machine that's not letting them go on, like a configuration or whatnot. What we do is we take the request and we escalate it to the department that addresses that particular situation or issue. We'll first look at it to see if it's something we can do for them. If not, we send them to the appropriate departments.
Dylan Anthony. Right now I'm working the walk-in desk, so essentially it's just the front desk. If anyone walks in with a problem, then it's my job to help them. And I'll also answer web tickets. This is the calendar for text. We all try to keep it up just so we can see what's going on. It's all color-coded, so it all means something to me. But essentially this is everything that's going on with the tech support center at one time.
My name is Shane Price, and I'm a bench technician. A bench technician is basically the highest level of student worker here at the Technology Support Center. We do everything that's here, the phone calls, the going out on site to help with staff members in classrooms and in their own offices on systems. But as well, what we do is we work on the systems that cannot be processed out on site. We also process more custom systems, not just ones that are purchased from Dell. We do hardware upgrades and pretty much anything that needs to be done on the computer here on campus. Right now, there's still a lot of computers on XP on campus, so we're going through the motions of getting that off of it and switching everyone to either Windows 7 or Windows 8, depending on what the computer can handle. So that is kind of our next objective as the bench for the campus, is to try and make sure all the systems are functioning and up to date as XP gets kicked off the campus April 2014.
What does a lead technician do?
Pretty much monitoring requests to make sure they get taken care of. The students can take care of about 80% of requests,
Right.
because they're fairly routine, but there are quite a few that just end up in the status of escalate, because the students aren't allowed to touch things like Banner or document extender, which is part of Banner. We set permissions for, that's kind of changes on for new staff, or additional shares, etc., access to mailboxes. So there's a lot of stuff that comes to lead techs. So we have this queue here, escalate, which actually looks quite good right now. 21. We like that if that's in single digits, but recently it's been like 20, 30. So, but this is our little chart. It shows us whether we're having a salmon day, or we're having a good day. So this is a good day. Yesterday, Tuesday, you can see the green is bigger than the blue, which means we've dealt with more tickets than we got. I've got a 9 AM as well, so I better get going.
Okay.
Welcome to the IT truck. There are quite a few off-campus locations. We've got the CAI building, we've got ARL, we used to have Babcock Oaks, that's no longer used. Obviously the Commons, we've got River's Edge, we've got Panther Bay, and further afield is Vero Beach Marina. We've got the Anchorage, We used to have the airport, that's now CAI as well. So yeah, there's a longish list of sites. I mean, River's Edge, we're there every week. There's enough people down there. So we're heading over to second floor psychology office right now.
Okay.
And they have a replacement printer, so we're going to try and get that online. But really, it's going to be some have to get on under the desk and look at the connectors. You know. Oh yeah. I thought I'd just swing by and see if I can fix it. Because Wayne is insisting that it would have been directly into the wall, not.
That's all I know is everything. What plugs in the
Okay, and that cable goes that way. Was that the one that was right on the end on the table?
Uh-huh.
I see the cord, and it didn't connect at all, did it? Yes. So I'm going to have to track this all the way through to see what... It's going this way. This makes more sense. Great. So that's going straight into a jack, so we're in good shape. It's probably just misconfigured on the printer. See how that... It's this one you can see right there, G22.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is fire up Gatekeeper, see if I can see it asking for a network address. If it is, that's great. If it isn't, I'll have to look at whether it's in fact, borrow your laptop and plug it in. Possibly a problem in terms of the network not responding with its network address, because it should be saying, here you go, you should be getting 192.216. It doesn't, it's not doing it for some reason. So, anyway, sorry, it was me trying to call you there. Oh, I forgot this Commons doesn't have cell phone coverage. Okay, on Gatekeeper with this printer, I'm getting no free leases. Second floor Commons. So basically, I'm talking with Wayne, and I have to, because it's the actual switch port. I think you must have changed switch port, right? Or not? Is it the same?
I haven't touched anything except for unplug and plug right in at the end.
Really?
That's all I did.
Okay, Wayne. Are you sure that's the issue? Because apparently they're just reusing the exact same cord for another printer with another 172.16 address. 098 Echo 9E.
Right. We will
Gatekeeper has like a whole lot of discovers. So this room is really where the Commons is connected to everything. It's got all of the telephone presence, and it's also got these three switches, which is really just for this floor actually. But so downstairs there'll be more switches, but there's no phone connections. It all comes through here. So basically, this is where it's happening. I actually don't need to move anything on the rack right now. What I've just discovered. But basically, the pitfall we have here is you've got to know what you're doing. If you're connecting stuff on here, you can make a mistake, right? Basically, if you were to go and connect something like a printer into the wrong switch port, it just wouldn't talk, so it just doesn't connect. So, but we know from my conversation with networks it is already connected. And then out of the back of this comes the 25 pair cables that you'll see coming up into this cross-connect field. But this is how phone lines get moved from one place to another. And so these numbers here correlate to what you'll see in the wall. So we were looking at G22. I'm not going to change it, but right down there will be G22, and that's where that printer is physically connected. Thank you. Sorry, okay. So it just needs to be set on here. This is set to auto. It's saying hello, I need a network address. It's not saying hello, I need this network address. So I'm going to make it give me this network address, and then it'll be online.
Okay.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Montage, which is like a big screen that's used instead of a projector, I guess, in a meeting room. And we've just changed our antivirus, so we need to make sure it's got WebRoot on it. So we'll fire up. They are big touch screens, like you could stand here and drive it. You know, I could turn it off. Instead of turning it off from here, I could just go over there and tap, turn it off, etc. But so hence the pad bit, but really it's a big Windows 8 computer. But you can do everything, you know, it's like a big tablet, if you like. It's got that camera on the top for video, Skyping or whatever. Spreecast. I'm not sure if you've heard of Spreecast, it's very cool. Installing WebRoot. I hope this is my flash disk. WebRoot ops. Gonna run a script. And that will uninstall the old antivirus and put the new one on. It's gonna reboot. That's the thing about the Commons, you know, every time there's quite a few tickets, you know, there's a lot of officers here, I'm always thinking, you know, I need this or I need that, but you can't, you know what I mean, I can't structure my day like that unless I have nothing scheduled. It's just, you know, if I walk down that hall, I could get a completely new request from someone who needs help right now, it's something important, or someone might ask me a question and you really can't say, look, I really can't stop right now. It's very hard to say that.
My name is Mike Batson. I'm the manager here at the Technology Support Center at the Florida Institute of Technology. For those of you who may not be familiar with us, the Technology Support Center is the face of our information technology department here at Florida Tech. We're the primary point of contact for all IT issues and also the primary group that handles desktop support issues. One issue we would like to make everybody aware of is how things work with the university's policy in conjunction with laws regarding DMCA violations. For those of you who may not be familiar with it, DMCA stands for the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and this is something that is highly misunderstood that we found in our experience. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act is a federal law that protects materials that have been copyrighted. This includes movies, music, TV shows, video games, computer software, any kind of digital product that's been copyrighted from illegal access, basically. Short version is, if you haven't purchased it and it's copyrighted, then you've obtained it illegally, is the way the law goes. One thing a lot of people don't understand about this law is it works in conjunction with treaties that the United States has with other nations, so it doesn't just apply to materials that are copyrighted in the United States. It applies to anything that's copyrighted with any nation that we have a treaty with under these agreements. When one of the organizations that monitors products that they have copyrighted and whether or not they're being accessed through BitTorrent and other file sharing applications identifies that there's been an unauthorized access of a material, whether it's an upload or a download. What they do is they send out a letter, they identify the IP address of the device that either uploaded or downloaded it, it's your internet address, and they identify which internet service provider that internet address belongs to, and they send a notice to that internet service provider. So if you're connected to our campus network, that notice is going to come to Florida Tech's Office of Information Technology. It specifically gets sent to our Information Security Officer, Jennifer Sharon. At that point, what we do is we take a look and we match up the internet address with our network registration system and see what hardware address matches to that internet address so that we know which device is being referenced in the legal documentation we receive. The way we handle that through our policy is when we receive the notification, we identify the device the notification is referencing, and our network team will disable internet access for that device and make notes as to the reason why it was disabled.
At which point, usually what happens is you realize you don't have a network connection, you contact the Technology Support Center, and we investigate the matter. One of our technicians will find out what the issue is. And if this is the first time that you've been identified as being involved in a DMCA violation, then we simply give you a consultation and explain how the policy works and what the situation is, and then we re-enable your network connection. We do keep a record of these. If this is a second offense, then we can't re-enable you over the phone. What you have to do is you have to come in to the Technology Support Center, and we will take you to our information security officer or one of the other network engineers, and you will speak with them, and then your network connection will remain disabled for 3 business days after that time, and then it'll get re-enabled. For a third offense, your network connection can remain disabled till the end of the semester or 6 months. That's up to the administration's decision. And on a third or fourth offense, depending on a variety of factors, you can be referred to the Dean of Students for investigation of academic issues, whether or not there's going to be punishment academically on the matter. So we highly recommend that you do not engage in these kind of activities while you're on the campus network. We don't make judgment. We're not saying that if we disable your network connection that you're guilty of the offense. We simply are saying that we've been notified of it and it's our responsibility to try to stop the activity. If you feel that you have been disabled unnecessarily or that this is a false report, you are certainly welcome to come in and speak with our information security officer, and she can explain to you everything that's involved in challenging such a DMCA report. Because at that point it becomes a legal issue and it's outside the hands of the university.